Hopefully this word's easier than yesterday. I think yesterday's word was like, fuck. Well, you're not going to watch the video because I literally got lost trying to talk about it. It was extremely difficult. And I guess I quit. But it was just a jumbly ass, stupid ass. It wasn't like quality. So it was kind of me choosing between quality and me just having something up. Which I guess would have been it would have been cool to upload a fail. Too bad now I deleted the video, but whatever. It was just a bunch of jumbly words, and it wasn't really making any sense, so I just didn't upload that one. But I honestly forgot the word. Anyways, that doesn't fucking matter at all. Screen, please. Reactions. Okay, here we go. Impediment. That's something that's like, an impediment is something that impedes upon the progression or succession of something else, right? An impediment. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's like something that impedes something. I mean, obviously. Prevents or interferes with the process, power, or right. Okay, prevents or interferes with the process, power, or right. Prevents or interferes with the process, power, or right. Impediment. I'm going to start by saying no fucking idea what the word is in Spanish, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. Impediment. I'm gonna go with impedimente. Impedimente. First and only guess. Whatever. So I'd say more often than you think, a lot of things that you perceive as impediments in your life are actually self-inflicted. More often than you think. Now, there's some things that are simply out of your control, but you have to make sure that something that's impeding your life, not just making it difficult, impeding. It's a very heavy word because it implies that nothing can kind of be done. It's like in the way. So, is that thing impeding your life? Or are you looking at it wrong? Is there a way that you could shift your perspective and have more advanced perspicacity? Did you know I have that word tattooed on my leg, perspicacity? I got it like fucking years ago. I think like maybe 2 years ago or a year ago. I think time might be off, but dude, it's important to me. Being perspicacious is like vital. Like nothing is more important than critical thinking. Like, do you understand that it really is the most valuable asset because everything else comes after it? So make sure that the things that are impeding your life allegedly actually are. Double check, Go down the checklist again of things you complain about and go, is this really a problem? I've been coming up with some plans. I've been planning things. I've been plotting to tackle some issues I have. And I'm coming up with very good ideas. But ideas don't make anything happen. So, hey, I'm just thinking. You know what I mean? I'm trying to battle these impediments I got. If they even are so. Now, impediments can also impede power. What was it? It was power and what? Power. I want to get this right before I talk too much about it. Let me just fill the space with words while I look this up. Something that prevents or interferes with a process, power, or right. A right. So something can also impede on a right. Let's say, I truly think, okay, between, shit, how do I say this? Fuck it. Between YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, not Twitter anymore, but I'd say Instagram for sure, and maybe Facebook, but who the fuck uses Facebook under 30? There's a lot of, like, intentional impediments on free speech, and nobody really gives a shit. You know what I mean? Nobody really cares, because we all use it, so we all think it's normal, but it's really not normal. You know what I'm saying? To impede free speech? Like, and some people will argue, okay, well, what about false information or threats? It's like, well, that's going to happen in real life. You can't put a muzzle on people. It's the same thing. Now, like, social media is very, very, it's getting damn near real life. Like, it's getting close. And since it's not human life, people can regulate it different than they can regulate human life. Does that make sense? Like, people can put more restrictions on social media than they can on your actual free speech. So they'll do it where they can and literally change your mind. Is that insane to say? Or is it just far-fetched? That's the question. I'm asking you that. Is that insane? I don't think so. I think it's a little bit far-fetched. Insane? No. So that's all I'm saying. But, I don't know. It's just like, I don't think you should be able to impede free speech on social media. I think things that are bad for people, like porn, yeah, softcore porn, get these fucking bitches shaking ass on my TikTok page. That's why I deleted TikTok, because I don't want to see, like, 18-year-olds buttholes on my fucking For You page and, like, not have control over it. I swear TikTok did that on purpose, because they wanted to impede my thinking power by showing me these bitches. And it didn't fucking work, TikTok. But I will say, yeah, man, these impediments on social media are real, and it's a real issue. And if it's not now, it will be in the future. That's all I'm saying about that. I think I'm right. I'm going to be honest. I think we're not taking it as seriously as we should. I think Elon Musk buying Twitter and allowing whatever the fuck is awesome. And I think it's, like, very difficult to argue that as a moot point. Does that make sense? Free speech everywhere. Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. Like, either make it North Korea or make it America. But don't have it in between, because then things get shaky in the middle, you know? Because the middle's where a lot of your information is at. And if things are shaky in the middle, your information could be shaky. And are you sure you're aware of that, bro? Like, are you positive? Look around, dude. CNN makes the same titles every day. It's the same shit. Like, why do you watch the news? Huh? And then what you'll do is, like, you'll watch the news and then you'll kind of... I don't watch the news. I think it's just weird. I also don't have a fucking TV, so maybe I'm biased. Maybe I probably would. I'd probably watch, like, PBS or something. I'm skipping the word here. I have it on my screen, so I'm remembering to go back to it. But, yeah, anyways... Not having a TV has been an impediment on my ability to watch TV. Anyways, I don't watch the news in general, even before I was, like, living in my parents' house and had a TV, because I felt like they were, like, inserting shit into my head. Because you see the titles that are actually cool, like about, I don't know, climate change or some issue that, you know, we're still working on, or I don't know, some fun fact that CNN just discovered, and then they'll kind of put in some political stuff. And obviously, duh, that's part of the agenda. But it's, like, hard not to watch it, you know, because you want to watch the news. So then it's like, what do you watch? Well, nothing? We just consume no news? No, you have to watch the news, so I don't know. I used to watch PBS, and maybe I should watch that again. Because I feel like not consuming news is an impediment on my knowledge of the world, because people sometimes talk about, like, fucking different countries, and I'm like, what's going on over there, you know? And I feel a little stupid. They definitely put something in these tea leaves to help me relax. It's definitely, like, a very extremely soothing thing. I've learned that recently, like, over the last 2 weeks when I've smoked this and not smoked it. They definitely put something in these. Or maybe it's just the tea is, like, a calming tea. It might be, like, some chamomile type vibe where it mellows you out. But, dude, these are nice. These are really, really nice little tea ciggies here. So, impediment. Let's talk about power. Do you think power should ever... Oh, shit, that's one of the boys. Damn it. Dude, that's a cool-ass dude. That's the dude from the fucking... hold on, let me tell him I'm filming a video. That's the dude from the CSGO podcast video. Shit, one sec. Damn it, I dropped a cigarette. Hey, bro, I'm fucking rushing. Filming video. One sec. Welcome. Okay, what was I saying? Do you think power should ever be impeded? Do you think there's a situation where it should be? So we impeded Hitler. Necessary because of genocide. Okay, fair. People try to impeach slash impede Trump. Who does that power belong to? Does it depend on the population that's being impeded? I think. Is it easiest to impede within or without? Or like on the outside? Is it easier? I think that's the answer to this question. So let me think about that. Is it easier to impede, like, is it easier to stop yourself from doing something or have somebody else stop you? I think there's probably science behind that. Science behind external motivators and getting you to do or not do something. I know with psychosis, well, I know this now, it's best to come back with somebody. Like, it's good to have somebody to kind of bounce your ideas off of when you're returning to reality. So that you're, I wish impediment was a word, it's definitely not. So that your reality, shit. I'm jumping a lot. So that your reality impediment ceases. It's easiest to have someone with you. So, hey, is this really happening? Is this really that? Is that really this? So, I'd say, with that information, maybe a conclusion can be drawn, a decently sound one, where the outside's better at telling the inside when they're wrong. So the people are better at telling the government when they're wrong, but also the government are better at telling the people when they're wrong. So maybe that's where the conflict arises. Does that make sense? I feel like I thought of that well, but I'm not sure if I explained it very well. I hope that makes sense, because it was too complex of a thought to say twice. Something that prevents or interferes with the process, power, right. Okay, let's go with process. So, what process? When should rights ever be impeded upon? Is there a time? Is it ever necessary? Let's say for the safety of the public, the government impedes on your rights on purpose. How would you feel after the fact? Because, of course, in the middle, you're like, fuck my rights. But then after the fact, and they tell you, they're like, hey, this is for your fucking this is for the greater good of the goddamn country, Like, how would you feel? Would you believe them? What if they were lying to you? Ugh, this is a lot of conspiracy right here. Anyways, what if they're lying to you, but it was for the greater good of the country as well? So they tell you something was for the greater good of the country, but saying that they were lying because the inverse is for the greater good of the country, maybe, and it's better if you don't know. I just think, and maybe this is my opinion because I've been watching a lot of House of Cards, that every government's corrupt. To you. Like, that's just how it is going to be. And for every government, the people are dumbasses to them. That's just simply the dynamic. And I think, like, wanting that to change is at least foolish. Because it's kind of how it is. Like, once you get high enough in power, people are just going to hate you for some reason. For some shit. For fucking something. The question is that hate a manifestation of resentment and jealousy? Or is it something that just comes with a position? Is it like psychological to just dislike somebody because they're higher than you in some regard or hierarchy? I don't know the answer to that. But I feel like there is one. Moving on. Something that interferes with the process. I feel like I was saying something about Hitler earlier, about power, and I forgot, but because I think I got off track, whatever. Something that interferes with the process. What process should be interfered with? Let's say a dangerous process to who? To who would probably be the most? I'm a utility. Oh, fuck! The ash totally burned off in my hand. That was ass. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It literally fell out of the fucking thing. Look at this. Bitch fell out. Psst. Hit the... Damn it. Okay, well, that's finished. Ouch. And I just got a boil from doing something similar the other day. That's annoying. Anyways, what was I saying? It was gonna be something good. Oh no, it was gonna be something good. I remember it. What was it? I don't remember it. I'm lying. Shit. Something that interferes with a process. A process. What was I saying? I'm pissed. What if the process is modeling the process? Damn it! That was going to be such a good point. I'm probably going to think about it later. Let me just try again. So, something that interferes with a process. So, I think I was saying, should a process ever be interfered? Oh, I'm a utilitarian. Okay. So, I'm a utilitarian, which I think makes the most sense logically. Wherein, if you have two options, the choice should be made that benefits the most people. The most people. I think numerically. As opposed to, I guess, like, would you count someone on their deathbed as a full person? So it gets kind of shaky when, let's say you have 4 people. Oh, better yet, let's say you have 5 people, 3 and 2. 2 of these people will die tomorrow, and this one is like a baby, like an infant, just got born. Let's call it 2 weeks. And these 2 are grown, a man and a woman. Let's say Adam and Eve age, fucking 26, 27, whatever. Grown woman, strong woman, fucking has her own place, makes money, good future. Same thing with him. Is that the same amount of people? When you're making a decision for the betterment of all of them, is that the same amount? Let's say you have a decision, and it's impeding on the life of all 5 people, and the conclusion is, I'll just ask you this. Let's say you have these people, and one team is going to die to save the other team. Which team do you pick? Infant 2 weeks, deathbed tomorrow, or grown adults, but there's 3 over here and 2 over here. So technically, within utilitarianism, these people would get precedent no matter what in terms of the help, right? So these 2 people would die. So I guess like that's an extreme case, but other than that, like mere deflection of the fucking mean, I think it's a fair mindset is utilitarianism. And so because of that, I was going to tie it back to preventing a process. Maybe a process should be interfered with if it goes against more people than it helps. And I think that might be all I can say about that. I think that was pretty good. It's kind of jumping around a little bit.